Hey folks, ever wonder who the top kingdom is in Kingshot? Well, I've got news for you. Just in time for KVK, ZBrave and I are launching a surprise Kingdom leaderboard module on the Kingshot Optimizer. So I'm putting together this quick video to walk you through it. So there are 3 tabs to this one: Kingdoms, Matchups, and Spotlight. We'll go through all of them real quick. The Kingdom leaderboard allows you to search through any number of kingdoms and see their record. This can be done in a grid mode with a bunch of cards, table mode if you prefer a list format, or you could even search by a particular kingdom number. In addition, you can see ranks listed for overall, as well as prep or just battle phase. And if you really want to see who some of the top kingdoms are, you could click this undefeated only one to see that there are only 6 kingdoms who remain undefeated after more than 3 KVKs. And I recommend keeping this filter on, otherwise you get a lot of them that have only had 1 or 2 matches. But however you decide to look at it, this is only the summary view. Because if you step into one of these full kingdom cards, you can see a lot more information, including a separate preparation and battle phase score, as well as a net accomplishment score and overall rank against other kingdoms. What is a net accomplishment score, you might ask? Well, to answer that, we should check out the How It Works tab. And you can read all the details about what goes into it. But in short, the more wins you get against tougher opponents, the better your score, and the more losses against weaker opponents, the worse your score is. Because different kingdoms have had different amounts of matchups, this net accomplishment score indexes heavily on the quality of the opponents. Please note that this is a descriptive measure, not a predictive system like you might be familiar with, although perhaps we might branch to that in a future update. And of course, none of this will be possible without a lot of the work that Cosmos in Kingdom 231 has done to track and categorize all of the KVK data for all matches since the game has launched. You may be familiar with his original spreadsheet that's circulated around, but ZBrave and I are working with Cosmos to turn the dial on that up to 11. So back to the Kingdom Details card. When you're looking at a kingdom's information, you can see who their last matchup was, who their toughest matchup was in their entire history, and what the outcome was of those matchups. You can also see how the net accomplishment score has changed over time, as well as the kingdom rank in relation to other kingdoms' net accomplishment scores. And scrolling down further, you can see a full record of all the matches they've ever had and who those opponents are. As you can imagine, this is all incredibly helpful for learning more about the KVK opponent that you might have just been assigned. To make it easier to read, you can change the sort order based on the date. You can also select the match to step into more details about it. And just like the kingdom details, there are also match details. They provide a permanent record of how 2 kingdoms matched up against each other, as well as give a sense of the overall match quality, which is a combination of the 2 net accomplishment scores. And if it was one of the matches that happened to be featured on my KVK livestream extravaganza, you can see it here with a direct link to go watch the replay. And we also have a quick comparison card if you just want to look side by side at these 2 kingdoms' high-level stats. So while we're on the topic of matchups, let's talk about the Matchup tab. And here you can see the most interesting matchups in Kingshot history. From the most epic matchups between kingdoms that have had the highest combined net accomplishment scores, to the biggest recorded upsets in KVK history, to perfect sweeps sorted by rank advantage, to the most tightly competitive matchups based on that net accomplishment score. And again, for this one, you might want to keep that filter on to have at least 3 KVKs. Otherwise, they're all at the same starting point. And finally, we have the Match Spotlight. This is a curated list of matchups for the upcoming KVK that will be updated live as we're in preparation week. These are ones that are interesting for a variety of reasons, whether it's the combined net accomplishment score, 2 undefeated kingdoms going against each other, or the potential for a really big upset. And if I've already been able to confirm a participant for my KVK extravaganza livestream from that match, then you'll find that here with a link that you can click, which will take you directly to the livestream. And what is this KVK livestream extravaganza, you might ask? Well, it's a super fun event where I've got a bunch of whales on the ground beaming in their screens as they play these matches to a central control room run by me. Then we all watch together for fun while I jump around between match to match and give commentary. I also usually give away free channel memberships and answer some questions in a Q&A format in the chat. So come check it out on Saturdays during KVK. It's perfect for a second screen while you're waiting for those rallies to hit. Special thanks to my Sloth Squad channel members for broader support of my channel that enables me to keep making videos like this. And also thanks to the Play Smarter community who've made a way for serious spenders to invest smarter and now support the Optimizer project by leveraging your in-game spend when you check out with creator code Optimizer. you want a trustworthy, concierge-like approach to spending that follows you from game to game, check out the link below in the description for details. And of course, special thanks again to Cosmos in Kingdom 231 for his willingness to collaborate and all of the intensive data collection efforts he's done to help make this possible. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and happy gaming out there.